Hi, my name is Pippa Chambers. I'm the online editor at AdNews, and today I'm joined by Henry Tajer, CEO of IPG Mediabrands. Thanks for joining us, Henry.
Pleasure.
In part one of this video series, we're going to be talking about talent and skills. So having worked in the Australian market and now obviously moved over to the US, is there any kind of key fundamental differences that you see between the talent pools?
Outside of the accent, I think both the Australian market and the US market are pretty rich in talent. If you think about that for Australia for a minute, a market the size of the Australian market and the number and the calibre of the talent is quite remarkable. And you know, when you travel around the world and visit different markets and see the number of Australians in notable roles, it's sort of proof that, you know, whatever we're doing here, we're producing really great talent that are really making an impact all over the world, not just in the US or in some of the bigger markets. You know, there's Australian talent
not just
scattered
the ones
everywhere.
that not just the ones that have moved with you over to the US.
Not just those 3 or 4 people that have been reported.
And looking at, in terms of obviously retaining staff and churn in the industry, and especially in Australia between media agencies, there's a lot of talk about the churn. What are you guys doing to retain that talent?
Well, churn is a really sort of challenging factor, that all of the agencies, and to be honest, not just agencies, clients, the media are dealing with and are challenged by. We are taking a sort of very sort of focused and sort of bespoke approach to key individuals, and taking the time to really understand how we as a company can support individuals in their path to progress their own careers, how they fit within our ecosystem, how we can vary their roles, how we can introduce and leverage the network and the mobility opportunities that exists. Having people from different parts of the world work for us in different parts of the world, which we're doing more and more of, and that's not only is that helping us retain our talent, but it's a great way to transfer knowledge and to increase the quality of our markets around the world. So that's an ongoing process. Churn is a costly factor for us in our business, and I know our competitors and our colleagues in those organisations have the same challenges, and it's something that as an organisation and as a marketplace, we have to come together on for certain things, and in others, we need to have our own sort of secret sauce that applies for Mediabrands, which we do as much as we can all over the place. So it's a challenge, but I'm confident in the leadership that we have in the markets around the world where we operate. The focus that we've made in the last few years around talent, the development of talent, has been pretty material and demonstrably different to what we've done historically. And we're investing millions of dollars in our people outside of what they do day to day, but supporting and supplementing their skills and their development with individual and bespoke plans, and that's working really, really well.
Okay. And obviously you're a great case study for Australian talent that has kind of gone through your career in Australia and then moved over to the US. What would it take for someone to be in your shoes if they're kind of looking up to you, they've just started in the media industry and they want to get your hands on their job? What would you kind of advise? What do you need to do to be successful?
Well, I think you have to work hard. You need to commit to yourself and to the organisation that you're with. That if you're going to stretch yourself to try and achieve some of those things, that you're going to be committed and you're going to stay loyal. And that loyalty component is a really important one, and works to reduce churn as well. I think people forget about the need for loyalty both ways to really sort of progress individual careers. So I think that's the best advice. Staying patient. I think as we learn and evolve as a business, where we're dealing with new generations of talent and humans in our business. Millennials are a classic case in point. They have different drivers, they have different needs and wants, and it's important for us to understand those. But at the same time, important for those individuals to remain patient and stay true to what they believe. The only other point I'd make is not a lot of people look up to me because I'm actually shorter than most people. So, I'm flattered that people would look up to me. But, I don't take myself too seriously. I think that's probably good advice for anyone in our industry who really wants to sort of progress. There are a lot of egos and there are a lot of sort of personal agendas, and I've not seen too many people with that as their strategy really see success. So, I think stay true to yourself, remain as humble as, possible. I think I think humble is really sexy, and that's the best advice I can think of.
Excellent, great. Well, thanks very much for joining us.